Guys, what does a win like this feel like?
I mean, it feels good, but for us, there's still a lot of things to work on, and we're going to enjoy this one tonight. But it's the Big Ten now; we're in Big Ten play, so we got a quick turnaround going for Saturday against another good team. And that's just the beauty of this league, that there's no off nights. And I think that's what I love about it. I think that's what our team loves about it, just embracing the grind, the everyday grind that we gotta, like I said, embrace. And we gotta come to practice tomorrow ready to go, because it doesn't stop till mid-March now.
What do you think, Bruce?
It was a great team win against a great defensive opponent against Rutgers. I had a great scheme, but I feel like us just sharing the ball on offense and getting the stops that we needed, and right hitting big time free throws at the end, it just make the job easier. I feel like we just stay the course, stay on the same page throughout the whole game, whole 40 minutes, and like Jameson said, it's the Big Ten play, so anything can happen at any given night. So I'm just proud of the guys tonight and get ready for on Saturday.
What did it take to keep fending them off? It was 17 points, and it was 1 point, and then you guys made enough plays down the stretch. But what did it take, Jameson?
Yeah, I think just our mantra has kind of been don't flinch, and I don't think we flinched today. And I think that's something that we've taken from the Penn State game, is that a game like that, we can learn from it, and you can continuously learn from those types of games. And you look at the close games we've been in now, the last two with West Virginia, now this one. So it's just about not flinching. It's just about next play mentality. If we turn the ball over, we have a bad play, so what? It's happened, it's in the past, you can't dwell on it, and you gotta go out and make the next play.
Bruce, what makes Roddy such a good closer?
Like I said earlier in the year, like in the preseason, like when if me and Jameson get hot, then sometimes you get worried about us. Then I know where Roddy can get downhill because you focusing on us making shots and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Roddy is a great piece of our team with his athleticism, him playing defense and his shot making. I feel like any given night it could be one of us getting hot. So just from tonight with me and Jameson, then Roddy came at the end to close. So.
And then Jameson, not just your shooting in the first half, but the ball movement. Is that kind of like a flow state for you guys? Like, it seems like the ball is going exactly where it needs to without hesitation. Like, how would you describe maybe the offense the first half?
No, I think that's just our offense, and I think within that, like you talked about the flow state, I mean, when we're flowing on offense, I mean, that's what it looks like, and I think we showed that today, especially in the first half, and then in the end game, rewards game. If you move the ball, if you move the rock around, and you get open passes, you get open shots, I mean, you're just going to get rewarded, and I think that's what happened in the first half, is when, we execute our offense, we got rewarded.
What are the emotions for you? What's your emotional state like when you get off to a hot shooting start like you had? I mean, you started 5 and 3 in this game.
Yeah, I don't think there's the biggest thing for me is I'm not really out there thinking. I'm a shooter, and the fact that when you are a shooter, you can't dwell on the misses. And I think that's the biggest asset I have, is that I don't really let misses affect me, because I got guys like Bruce, guys like Roddy, guys like Fee, Scotty, Deb. They're always encouraging me to shoot, and I think that's the role I've embraced on this team, is that no matter what the case is, if I'm wide open, that ball's going up, and I know these guys trust me to make those shots, and they won't put me in those positions if I didn't believe I can make it. And I think as a shooter, when you have confidence, obviously you have confidence in yourself, but when there's confidence oozing from your teammates, from your coaches, I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't be confident.
You say, obviously, you don't let misses influence your mindset. Is the same true of makes? Because, a lot of guys, when they get off to a hot start like that, you might see a heat check shot, you might see one forced. But I don't feel like you ever take those kinds of shots. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's just staying within the flow of the offense with the talent we have. You got Roddy, you got Bruce, you got Fee. There's just so many weapons that we have offensively that I know when the ball comes back to me, I'm going to be in a good position to score, have an open shot, and that's with the trust that I have in these guys and the trust that they have in me. And like you said on makes, you keep making shots. I mean, that shot's in the past. It's always about the next shot mentality for me, regardless if it's a make or a miss. You're always looking for that next shot and hunting that next shot.
For either of you guys, talked about Roddy closing, but when he's not scoring the way that he's used to during a game, what do you see from him, whether it's in the huddle or on the court? I know he was doing other things tonight to help you guys win, but a guy who's used to putting up numbers offensively, what do you see from him when it's just not happening?
He's still being a great teammate at the end of the day. That never affected him throughout the whole game. He still did what he had to do. He still talking. He still was in the gaps defensively. Like, he still had a good spirit at the end of the day. So that's all that matters, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Sometimes it's not going to be my night or Jameson or Zed, but we still got a role to play on this team, and we can't let the freshmen, can't let the whole team know that if our shot's not falling, then than bumping. But because the game's still going on, and our whole goal is to win games. Especially in Big Ten play, you can't dwell on possession or you missing shots because things happening so fast, and you got to move on to the next. But Roddy was great tonight, even though he wasn't making shots. He still was a big key, especially on the defensive side, rebounding. Then he hit the 2 big free throws at the end and sealed the game.
You guys, obviously Rutgers was cutting it to 1 point and then 3 points on the stretch. So, like, maybe like in the sideline, like maybe in a timeout, like was there anything that was said and like to kind of, I guess, go about that, or was it more just like something that maybe doesn't need to be said? It's just like kind of.
Like Jameson said, we just don't flinch. It's runs. It happens in basketball. Like go on a run. Like we had like 3 turnovers where like we just miscues that we know like at the end of the day like they really don't happen with us. So we know at the end of the day we player-led team. We had the poise. We had the confidence in each other as a team that next possession we're gonna get it right back. Or we're gonna get this stop real quick. But then we get a bucket. Then how you create confidence within your team and how the crowd start getting back in the game. For example, like Roddy didn't play well, but he hit a big time 3 that put us up. I think like 4 or 5. Then he came down hitting the 2 big free throws at the end. So him having the next play mentality, not dwelling on the turnover that he had earlier. So that was like really big. But that's just how the team is this year. I feel like we just really, we're just as one and we ready to move on if anything bad happens.
Yeah, and then I guess like maybe what were some of the challenges that came with like maybe Rutgers like physicality and length and defense? I know Coach Holt was talking about that the other day, but like what I guess specific challenges did that create for your guys maybe down the stretch when they were starting to come back for either of you guys?
They have a great shot blocker as Cliff, so like they just funnel everything to him. So having that size in the middle kind of hard, at least trying to duck him in, trying to freeze him so he won't block as many shots like that he possibly can. And they're really in the gaps heavy, so us moving the ball, we just know they're gonna be a big key for us. And us in the first half showing, and in the second half showing that we can move the ball. And it doesn't matter who shoots the 3. We have the utmost confidence of whoever shoot it. For example, Scotty airball, but I know the next time Scotty shoot, he gonna make it. That's just the confidence that everybody have within this team. So I feel like that's the big thing we went over for the prep against Rutgers.
Let's go Connor and one more.
Bruce, towards the end there, when you dished off to Evan on that basket, it looks like you hit the deck pretty hard there. Are you good? Like just staying around the elbow, or?
Nah, I was bleeding like the first 2 minutes. Yeah, it is that type of game playing against Rutgers. So you just know it's gonna be a fist fight the whole game, the whole 24. Really anybody in this Big Ten playing. So yeah, this just happened like my first minute in the game. I had to get out the prop side, like my whole pants, jersey, like how to get a whole new set.
Coach Holtman talked to us before the game about how physical Rutgers is, and it kind of feels like regardless of who they have on the team year in, year out, they always have physical guards. Is there ever a point in the game, like it seemed like the refs weren't calling a ton tonight, they were kind of letting it go? Do you have to realize like they're playing really physical with me right now, we have to step up our physicality to match them?
Oh, of course. It's just how the way they play, and you gotta have a mentality. It was like you can't let the fouls like affect anything. Even though I went down hard, I just knew like 9 out of 10 they're probably not gonna call a foul. The game too close, and it's the Big Ten. So from now on, we just know how like every game gonna go. Doesn't matter if it's Rutgers, Illinois, Wisconsin. We just know how like the rest of the game's gonna go, and we just gotta play through it. And I feel like we got enough players and enough coaches that have that mentality.
Coach Holtman talked a lot about rebounding coming into this game. You guys had the advantage at the half. I think they got 9 or 10 second half offensive rebounds, and they ended up out rebounding you a bit. But what is the ongoing challenge there of trying to put your foot down? I know they're obviously physical and all that, but like, how do you think you guys handled that challenge?
Yeah, I think it's on us. I think the first half it was obviously pretty good for us. We crashed the boards and then we kept them off the O boards. But obviously in the second half, that's when our lead started to dwindle a little bit, and the fact that we were giving up O boards. And I think that's what we just have to embrace that challenge. I'm sure we'll watch film on it tomorrow and show where we can improve and what mistakes we made. But I think that's the thing for us is just keep honing in on those little details, and especially in league play, all those little details are going to matter. If it's something as small and minute as boxing out, I mean that matters in the end in the run of the game. So especially in the Big Ten, you got to do those little things in order for us to get where we want to get to.
And you guys talked about the offensive flow when things are going well. Jameson, the 4th 3 that you hit, you started with it in the corner and got swung around. And I don't know that I've seen Holtman that excited about anything in a long time when they called that timeout. But can you take us through what you guys both saw on that play? What that felt like?
Yeah, I remember just when I had it in the corner, I saw Roddy in the corner, then it just moved, and then I found myself back on the 3-point line. Scotty had it, he pump fake, had it to me, and I had a wide open shot. And I think that's just the beauty of when our offense is in that kind of flow state, when our offense is flowing. I mean, that's what it looks like. And the fact that, you know, I was more excited just in the fact that we moved the ball. I mean, I made the shot, but I think just in the end, like the way that ball moved and the way the offense was, you know, keeping the defense on their heels is something that you don't see a lot. And I think when you do see those, that's when the beauty of it. And I think in the end, I knew that shot was going to go in just because, like I said earlier, the game rewards the game. And the way we moved that ball, the way we played, I mean, you know, it had to go in at that point.
What do you see, Bruce?
It's just fun when you play like that. Like when everybody get to touch the ball and everybody driving the gas, making the extra plays. It just resembles who our team is. Like we just really don't care who scores the ball. We just need somebody to put the ball in the hoop at the end of the day. So yeah, we just know we got multiple guys that shooting like high 30s, almost 40% from three. So it doesn't matter who got the wide open shot. We have the most up confidence in that person, whoever shoot the ball. So thank
Appreciate you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.